Alright, cake pops are all the rage. Do you know how to make them yourself, though? We brought in the expert this morning. Chris Alicia Brown is the author of Pop Art, Decorating and Shaping Custom Cake Pops. Thank you so much for coming in. We do appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So is this sort of trial and error for you? I mean, how many batches of cake pops like flopped on the floor before you mastered this?
Oh, goodness. A lot. My husband's actually upset because he doesn't get anything anymore, you know?
He's like, oh, well, he went to work out. Yeah. Now there's nothing for him to eat. But there is sort of a trick in perfecting these. I know my sister's trying. She's really creative, and she said, I couldn't even figure it out. So what is the trick behind cake pops?
The trick, everything is in the dough. If you're making custom cake pops, everything is in the first processes, even before you start decorating and dipping.
Okay, so I know what you want to do first. You want to get that ball on the stick. You want to decorate, but really you need to start way before that and prepping, right?
Correct.
Okay,
yes.
So what do we have over here? Did we just bake a traditional cake?
Yep, this is a half of a snickerdoodle cake. You can use any kind of cake. And then what we do is we crumble it, and then we add icing to it.
Is there a secret in that?
I use a KitchenAid mixer, but you can just use your hands.
Okay.
And, elbow grease works just as well.
Okay.
And you're going to mix icing into it, not that much, of course. Rule of thumb is a 1/4 cup per 13 by 9 cake. And then you form a dough.
Is this just icing? Like we could get a can of icing from the grocery store? Okay.
Correct.
Or so you said about a 1/4 cup of icing for how much cake?
Per a 13 by 9 cake.
Wow, okay.
For a whole, yeah.
So there's not a whole lot of icing. Yeah. Okay, then what?
And then, so we form the cake pop dough, which is what I have here.
Okay.
And then we use a cookie scoop, just a standard size cookie scoop. And then we scoop the dough and like level it with your hands.
Okay.
And then from here, you just pop it out and then you roll it into a ball.
Can I do one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's see. So we got the cookie scoop. Do this. Get the extras off. Do. Oh gosh. When I can't even get the cookie scoop to work, that's going to be a problem. Okay, roll it into a ball.
Yep.
Now what?
And then once you have your balls formed, you will stick it in the fridge for a few minutes.
Is that where a lot of people mess this up?
Yes.
They're not letting it cool down first?
Correct. You have to chill it.
Let it chill, okay? You chill, let it chill. Got it.
And notice it's like clay, it's like Play-Doh consistency. That's also really important so it doesn't break apart.
Okay.
And so once you have that, these have been chilled already, and we have balls here, and we have these that are like, half spheres that I use for these baskets.
How cute are these Easter baskets? You are very creative, I must say. Okay. So now that we've got we just poke the stick right in it, that's it.
What we do is we take the stick and we dip it into the candy coating, and then we stick it into the ball. And this will kind of adhere it to each other so it doesn't slip, it doesn't fall, it doesn't move.
Okay.
And then we stick it back in the fridge for a couple minutes.
Put it back in the fridge again. Okay, got it. How did you go from being a cookbook author or a blogger, or which came first, chicken or the egg?
I actually was a graphic designer, and then I did freelance work when I entered motherhood, and then I just kind of stumbled upon cake pops by accident, and then I started, writing about it, posting photos and things like that.
And then came the cookbook out of that.
And then came the cookbook out of that, like out of nowhere. So.
Hey, by the way, you are going to be not signing books and then sort of guiding people through the process on Saturday.
Correct.
At Do It With Icing in Claremont. The address is 7240 Claremont Mesa Boulevard. That's 11 to 1 this Saturday. Come on down there, meet Chris, and she will just guide you through the process. A lot of people are going to be taking class that day on Cake Pops anyway.
Yes, they will be there. So
you'll find my sister there. I know for sure that she signed up. She was determined to figure this out. Okay, so now that we've chilled them one more time, stick in there.
Once we've chilled them, we're ready to dip. Now this is just melted candy coating. Has a lot of names: candy melts, chocolate bark. And it comes in a variety of colors. This is what they look like before they're melted.
Oh, I've seen these at Michael's and places like that.
Yes, exactly. That's where you would get them from.
Okay.
And you actually don't even need this pot warmer thing. You can use a silicone bowl or these cups, these children's cups from IKEA. They're super cheap and they're microwave safe. You can use that too.
Oh, you can melt them in the microwave? Oh.
Yes, yeah, that's actually ideal.
My kind of cooking.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need fancy equipment or anything like that.
Okay.
So grab a cake pop.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is we're going to dip it in the coating, make sure it touches the stick, and then drizzle the excess off.
I mean, this isn't going to be the cleanest project you're going to do in your kitchen. Let's just put it that way. Can I go?
Of course.
Make sure that touches the stick.
Yep.
Let it drizzle off. Very cool. And then we put it on the drying rack?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Woo. I saw a lot of chocolate on there. Okay, there we go. Perfect. And then as far as doing some of the creative things that you've done over here, is that just sort of trial and error along the way?
Yeah, just trial and error. It's kind of, like problem solving. Like you just, you figure out, you break things down into simple shapes. You find candies that will go with, your idea.
I love these. And the jelly beans, how cute.
All my things start out as sketches since I have that art background. And then I figure out ways to make it look like how I want to look, that I have.
You artist type. I'm so good at stuff like this. I'm so jealous about that. Chris, thank you so much for coming in. Folks can find your cookbook where?
They can find it at Barnes & Noble and also at Amazon.
On Amazon.
Yes.
I'm going to have to pick that up. Perfect. Thanks for sharing your secrets. It seems to me the secret is in the frosting, the refrigeration, and the right chocolate.
Yes.
This is just a couple secrets, that's all.
A couple secrets.
All right, Chris, then have fun. Again, if you'd like to catch her, do it with icing on Saturday from 11 to 1. She'll be signing her book and then guiding you through the process as well. Up next, healing your back without surgery, the incredible treatment that can have you back on your feet enjoying your favorite activities again. Then we're taking a cue from social media on this Throwback Thursday, taking a fashion blast from the past. From the beach to the office, the latest styles that are inspired from decades ago. We're back after this.